Hi, I'm a friend of Yoram and Jean. I worked with Jean for many years at the Planning Commission, Montgomery County Planning Commission. And I will always remember Yoram as Jean's good and loving husband. Here are some of the little and not so little things that I remember. When Jean needed a second opinion on her reports, on her professional papers, Yoram would always offer to read them and give advice. And when Jean stopped drinking coffee and switched to tea, Yoram did too. And when Jean took up yoga, so did Yoram. He even mastered the downward-facing dog position. And together, they both raised their children, and they've turned into very fine young people, as you all can see. Knowing how much Jean loved to travel, it was Yoram who convinced her to leave our planning commission and travel with him on his international travels and sabbaticals. And it was really a blessing that he did. Here at NASA, all of the colleagues here know him from his scientific interests and pursuits, but as you have heard from many here today, his interests extended far beyond his professional field. When Jean redesigned their kitchen, Yoram became an interior designer and researched the floor tile patterns. When they went to Paris in 2004, Yoram became a gourmet and wine connoisseur, also helping to pick out those restaurants. When they traveled to Brazil early in his career for a conference, Yoram came back dancing the samba. Yoram lived his values, as we all know. When we were visiting them in Italy last fall, we found him commuting to his countryside research institute outside of Rome, and this required, it was a reverse commute, but it required him to go through Rome, taking Rome's notoriously overcrowded subway and bus system. Every day he would pack himself into that subway like a sardine, and literally packed. And this was his choice. Others might have just bought a car. In honor of Yoram, his friends at the Planning Commission have arranged to have a memorial showing of Al Gore's new movie, An Inconvenient Truth. And this will be shown on June 17th, Saturday evening. And please, all of you are welcome. And just look on the blog site for more information. I'd like to read a quote from the Spanish philosopher George Santayana, which seems very applicable to Yoram. When a man's life is over, it remains true that he was one sort of man and not another. A man who understands himself under the form of eternity, knows the quality that eternally belongs to him, and knows that he cannot wholly die, even if he would, for when the moment of his life is over, the truth of his life remains. It has been a privilege to know Yoram and his family, and we will very much miss him.